Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
It's time, everyone. It's time to get our Soulful Saturday on. Who's ready to join me on, let's just say we are going to buck some physics today. You ready to do that? I see some people walking in. I'm so glad. This is what makes me happy. So come on down. We're going to get busy. I have got a few things for you today that I think is really going to help if you plug it into your own personal formula. Some stuff that I've been doing and going through and thinking about. So come on in. I see tons of people. There's Rebecca. Good to see you. Good to see Jocelyn. You're in the house too. I'm happy. Here y'all come. Eileen. Good to see you. Hi, Doris. You know, you get little labels on you. Doris is a top fan. How about that? Hi, Mary Frances. Happy to see you today too. And everybody else who's coming on in. It is Soulful Saturday. Today we're going to get down into the weeds a little bit and talk just a teensy weensy bit about what this thing called physics is all about and how we can use it to our advantage. Lucy's in the house, so's Jen and Lizzie. Good to see you. Lizzie and Jen are fabulous, by the way. You know, our gala. That's right, Sarah. That's right, Sarah's in the house. And I just saw somebody, Lisa, just went flying by. So did Rhonda. Good to see you. Jackie's in the house. You have company? That's okay. You can have company. So I got some announcements for you today. And plus, I have some little special treat for you to be watching. For those of you who order our products, by the way, I cannot say thank you enough. I have something for you to start watching for in your packages because we have some special things coming up. I can't wait. Anyway, you know what we do on Soulful Saturday, right? We change the quote of the week. So we have a new one, and that new quote of the week is going to rock your world. You ready to get busy? Martha, here we go. If you occasionally accept occasional unacceptable behavior, it's only a matter of time before you accept routine unacceptable behavior. Now, this is Dan Kennedy who quoted this. He's let's call him a curmudgeon, right? He is. He's just like an old school marketing guy. I've got a couple of his books and what have you, and he has like this big old walrus type mustache, and he was very influential from me on the very beginning of learning how to navigate this whole internet world. And you know, we learn, don't we, by doing, don't we? So I thought this whole thing, this quote that he had, not only does it apply to our lives professionally, not only does it apply to our lives the way that we interact with each other and what our relationships are, but it applies to us as it applies to our own doing. You know what I'm talking about. Do we accept unacceptable behavior in ourselves and just kind of brush it off and go on to the next thing? We got to look at that. And Sarah is right. We have a gala coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. We will send you an email. The times, though, block the times, are the usual times at 1 p.m. And we're going to be doing it again at 7 p.m. Wear your best sparkle. Your just best sparkle. Because it's a gala, and we're going to be dressing the part. I've got a sparkly sweater that I'm going to wear one day. I have no idea what I'm going to wear the others, but you know, I do have a couple of gowns. I might have to put one of them on. You just don't know what to expect with us, do you? When's the last time you dressed up and went out for a gala? Come on in. We're going to have a gala right here with all of you gals. That's what we do. I mean, I have to tell you, I cannot wait for this. It is going to be fun. And just you, I have a countdown clock and everything. It's not going to be like anything you have ever seen. We have been plotting and putting this whole thing together, and it is going to be amazing. Plus the prizes are ridiculous. I have a whole set of books that I'm going to be giving out. All of the Saving Dinner books, all signed by me to you, whoever wins this award. I also have the Part-Time Paleo book that will be going out. I have so many things, so many great prizes, I mean, that are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Plus, we'll have great deals. We're just excited about our new website, and we, you know, that's all we can talk about right now. New website, new website. Can you imagine? Hey there, Amy and Julie, good to see you. So I already dropped the hint. Siri, would you just go the heck away? Go away, Siri. She just bursts into my world. She said she doesn't know that she understands. Well, I understand you need to go away, Siri. There you go. I'm going to have to figure the setting out on that and just delete her. I don't need that creepy woman in my life. You know? I even want to change her accent to something at least fun. She's annoying. So here's the other thing. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. We have what we're calling the golden ticket. When you order from us, you may see on occasion the golden ticket. I'm going to give you a look at what it looks like because it's so pretty. Look. It says thank you on it. I blacked this out because it's a code, and it's going to give you 10% off your order. 10% off. You'll see these we're going to start rolling these out shortly. We haven't gotten all the bells and whistles behind the scenes taken care of, but watch for your golden tickets in your order. We're so thrilled about this because we are here to support you. We want to do everything within our power to make your whole journey, your customer journey with us and your health journey with yourself, we want to put it on point. We want to be there to support you every single step of the way, and that's why we have these new golden tickets. Are you not just dying over these? Don't you want one? Anyway, we're excited about that. So watch for them. They will be coming to a theater near you. Haha. Also, supplement of the week. This is it, you guys. This is it. It goes away tomorrow. The supplement of the week is our High Five Immunity Package. If you buy 2 sets, you will get the third one free. This is amazing because this is how you save $1 bazillion. And you get free shipping. And you know, we did a whole analysis on our shipping. We lose money on our shipping. But you know why we do this? You know why we do this with our supplement of the week, our special of the week? We want to support you with everything that we have, and that is why we do it. So take advantage of this. You can find our supplement of the week at savingdinner.com/show. You can also find the mug at savingdinner.com/mug, where we'll teach you all about a mindful mug. It's just one more thing to help set your environment up for success. You can get it for $10. You can get it for free. We'll tell you exactly what the mindful mug is used for and how to get it in that post. So check it out at savingdinner.com/mug. And lastly, I just have to say, if you don't have our quote deck, what the heck are you waiting for? Go to savingdinner.com/quote. In it, you're going to get all these wonderful quotes. How about this one? How about this one? Let's get one that nobody has seen yet. Nobody has seen. I don't know if I have anything that nobody has seen. And why are they all upside down? Turn it this way. If God put Goliath in front of you, he must believe there's a David inside of you. Does that not light you up? This lights me up. I love stuff like this. And on the back it says Living Life in Full Bloom. That's our big event. Because I believe within each one of us is the ability to live a beautifully full-bloomed life. We just haven't figured out the moving parts yet. It's coming. It's coming. I promise you, with all of my heart, it's coming. You just stay tuned and keep going. Stay with us. I'm telling you, it's the best. Go to savingdinner.com/quote to get your own quote deck, and I'll show you. Mine looks like this. This is my quote of the week. It's my quote of the year, right here, right? Part of courage is simple consistency, because that is my whole word of the year. I'm living by this. Consistency is everything. You get this cute little wooden stand, which helps you to hold your little quote, and then you stick it so that you're seeing it all the time. And now I work from home. So how many people work from home, right? Right? Most of us. We work from home. We look at this. We have an ability to start changing the way we think about things. Isn't it so great? Jennifer's asking, can you tell me about the gala? Just mark your calendar on 1 p.m. as usual, Tuesdays and Wednesday. And then again at 7 p.m. We're going to have 2 hours on Tuesday and Wednesday, Eastern Standard Time. You know, that's the time we usually do our show anyway, and that's the time we usually do our webinars. So just mark those times on your calendar, and we're just gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be like QVC meets the lottery meets saving dinner meets let's have some fun. Can you believe that? I'm so glad. I didn't see what Lynn said, but I'm thrilled that Lynn's here because I love her to death. She's one of our favorites. We have so many people here. I could say that about all of you. I could say that about all of you because I know you and we talk and it's part of our thing. Also, you know, one thing that holds us back, anyone? Food addiction, that would be me. Food addiction's held me back from the life that I wanted to live for 30 something years. And it took me a minute to get things dialed in, and to keep getting things dialed in. But you know what I want to tell you? This is the part that changed everything. Is when I started tapping into what was going on inside, when I understood, yeah, there's some trauma involved from my past and I can't just brush it over. And I also had to understand physiologically what was going on inside. I'm going to take you through all the science, through all of it. If you go savingdinner.com/freedom to get that in, right? Go watch it. It's free and it's going to help you. I promise you, it's going to help you. Take your pencil, take your paper and get going. It's going to help you out. And I would love to hear all about it. Okay? Then send me an email at support@savingdinner.com and tell me what you thought. I'm all ears. I know it's going to help. It helped me. This is the stuff that I learned. It took me 30 years, you know, but it's the stuff that I learned. No, Jeanette, I have not taken my walk around the lake yet. It's 39 degrees, but it's a beautifully clear day, and I am going to do that this afternoon. Yeah, you bet I'm going to. It's a glorious day. I believe that's everything. Didn't I hit all the high points? Oh, did you see my son's Jeep commercial, by the way? Did you see it? It's a President's Day commercial, and it's the red Jeep. He's the one driving it. Can I be a proud mama here? Oh my gosh, we were texting last night, and he said, yeah, Mom, he said, I'm getting all kinds of people. It's so great. It's so great. My son. He's so sweet, you guys. I just love him to death. And you will see him doing some rapids and stuff like that. Sarah says she loves the show notes, and you can get them at savingdinner.com. Just sign up for our newsletter. And also our next, not next Monday, but the Monday after that, we will be doing the webinar, I think. Anyway, what can I tell you? For the sprint. This next sprint is March 8th. We've got people doing an illegal sprint, however, starting on Monday. So if you want to be a part of the illegal sprint, just get into the sprint group and do it. Why not? You know, I live mostly by some sprint. Joanne saw him, yay! I'm so glad. I live mostly by sprint principles. You know, one of my big things is when we're not sprinting is part of my meal, and I'm probably going to be getting over this soon because I think almond butter is a trigger for me. Because I'm going with the 2 tablespoons of almond butter. I think I'm going more like 3. I swear to you. Just love that. But I make an apple and almond butter a part of my daily routine. And just part of my break my fast, part of my lunch. I don't snack on it. I make it a part of my meal. So I'm not sure that that's necessarily working. So we might have to X that one off. I'm sorry. You know, the thing is, when we've got concentrated foods, they can be a problem. But almond butters, nut butters are concentrated foods. Flours are concentrated foods. And that just provides a heck of a calorie womp. And while it's not all about calories, calories do impact if you have too many of them, because that leads to inflammation into this whole chemical thing. And it also stalls weight loss if you're trying for weight loss. So that's just something from the top of my head. Anyway, that's everything. And now that you know, oh, and by the way, on my son's commercial, Hidden Squirrel, that is not a place, because I asked my son specifically, because that's how they open with this place called Hidden Squirrel, if you listen to it. There's no Hidden Squirrel. I said, Peter, where's Hidden Squirrel? He said, oh, Mom, they just put that up. That was part of the shot. I didn't know that. Now you know. Who's going to name a place Hidden Squirrel? That would be something we would do here, though, in Brevard, because we're very proud of our white squirrels, by the way. We have white squirrels everywhere. All right. You ready for the lesson today? The lesson today is this is the lesson I am learning all about. Because, you know, one of the things that just really lit me up and made me understand completely how everything is just, you know, when we talk about building that bridge and just the struggle at the beginning is the, you know, when we send people into space or we send any rocket into space, do you know when the hardest part for the whole thing is? It's liftoff. It's the first 60 seconds of any space launch. Any space launch. And do you know why that is? It's because that's the one that requires the most energy, the most fuel, the most everything in order to get it up and out of the atmosphere and away from the gravitational pull. So for us, it's getting away from the sofa pull, right? We know about that. The couch pull, the gravity of the couch pulling us. And we need to look at that because, and understand that if we can just get past the gravitational pull of the beginning, then we can start to harness the next physics lesson that we want, and that is momentum. So we understand about physics, right? We understand about gravity and what it is. Thank you, Mr. Newton, or Sir Isaac, you know, thank you for that. Here goes the apple, boom, we understand how it falls. But we also understand in order to bust through it, you're gonna have to put a whole heck of a lot of energy into the very beginning. It's gonna cause mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, all the things. It involves your entire person. It really does. And if we think it's just one thing, it's not. It can be simplified and put down into the place of just simply writing out, this is a part of my routine. At 10 to 11 a.m. every morning, I'm going to go do X, Y, Z. But to get into that and actually do it requires the mental tenacity to be able to do it. It requires putting the energy toward that and not just brushing it off. And I think that's one of the reasons why we stop and don't get to the place of actually doing, because we haven't taken all of that energy and converted it and put it into the actual startup. We've got a rocket ship to launch, y'all, because that's how we rocket into the life that we want to lead. And you know what the other cool part about this is, and it really does follow, this whole metaphor really does follow, is that once we have the initial energy put into the change that we want to make, then we get to harness the momentum, and that gets to take us to the place of magic. You know the whole formula there, right? It's easy. Motivation plus momentum equals magic. And the motivation for change is whatever the motivation for change is. Maybe you just wake up one day, or you see a picture of yourself, or the doctor gives you news. Whatever your motivation for change is, that's the thing that makes you go to the next place, from motivation into getting into the place of momentum. But that little bridge right there needs a whole heck of a lot of energy. It requires it. And that's where most of the work is done. Because if we can get that part done, if we can get that part in and plugged in, then the rest of it starts to become so much easier, because it's just part of what you do. It's just getting up in the morning and pressing play on your coffee pot. It's just getting up in the morning and doing your, getting your dishwasher unloaded and doing a 4-minute workout. It's just doing at that point. It's creating and doing, but understanding that the work is at the front of it. And the other thing that I want to bring into this equation, because I think this is so important, and I'm learning this from Robin Sharma. You know, he's got a 5 a.m. club type of a book, which I'm not going to get up at 5 a.m., but I love the wee hours of the morning, and I like getting up early where the house is quiet and it's dark and I've got to put on lights. And it gives me an opportunity to really go through and have my morning routine all by myself in the quiet, and to do some quality work. To do some quality, this could be something, moving those big, you know, eating the frog first thing in the morning, right? Putting the big boulder in the jar first, doing the big stuff and working on that. That really makes all the difference in the world. And when you get slow and you get off you get off on the wrong foot, I feel like you're catching up all day. So getting up a little bit early, going to bed a little bit earlier, and cranking in and refining your own personal routine makes all the difference in the world. Now, I know that there's a lot of people who say, well, I do that late at night and blah, blah, blah. But physiologically, your body is more adapted and adaptable to doing it early in the morning. You know, that is a big, huge deal. That is a big, huge deal. So the other thing we've got to look at is it also takes us from a whole different person. It changes our identity. We're no longer superficial and just glancing at headlines and just doing a little bit. We're now becoming masters of our own selves. We're becoming masters of our own selves. And the way that we do this is that we, instead of going to quick and shallow, we go to mastery. And instead of just reading the headlines, we're going to dig deep and read the research. And we're going to go into the depths of what it is about. Because, you know, there's so much involved. You've seen this. I mean, I think our whole, you know, nation is based a lot of times doing things out of this big passion for, you know, whatever they're doing things for, based on superficial stuff that they haven't bothered to dig into. That's scary. How do you make decisions about your health, your life, the path that you want to pursue if you're not going to dig in and really go in there and get to the place of mastery? And when we do this, it changes and calibrates our life to a whole different level. You know, I have a friend, Sean Croxton. I've told you about him. He's Quote of the Day. He's got a podcast that I listen to almost every day. But because it's 10 minutes, you know, it's something just a little bit motivating, and it's great. And one of the things that he says is, he told me, because I was saying, you know, I'm really struggling with this. What do I do with this? What do I do? Now, Sean is, you know, he's gone to college and whatever, but he's very self-taught. He's very much into books, and he reads everything, and he changed his entire life. And what he said to me was this, and it just blew me away. I said, I'm having a hard time with this. What do I do with this? And what would you recommend? And he goes, read this book. Read it. And he goes, take a pencil, do a highlighter, read this book. I don't even remember what the book was now, but I took his advice, and he said, it will take you out of this place of not knowing what to do and into the place of mastery. And I thought about that, and I've reflected on that so many times. And we get to this place of stuck and think we can't figure it out. And then I think about what we have literally at our fingertips. We've got a computer. You know, we all have computers. That's why you're here, right? If you're saying, no, I'm watching you on my phone. That's a computer. Your phone has more juice in it and more energy and more wherewithal than the first trip to the moon did. You know, you've got more in that little phone than that whole room had way back then in the 60s. That's where our technology has gone. Technology has given us the impetus to be able to learn anything that we want to. Anything. And I loved, we had a question yesterday on the Q&A. Somebody was asking, forgive me, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Christy, but I could be wrong, who was asking how to dig into PubMed. How do I do a search in there so I don't get overwhelmed with results? And I was thinking about that last night as I was going to bed, which is crazy, but you know, sometimes you go through and think about your day. And I was thinking about, you know, I just wanted to say to her, good for you. Good for you for making that decision to go in and get your own information, do your own research. We all need to do that, because then we own it. and then we understand our path, and it takes us from being helpless and hapless into being strong and determined and having a path, because we understand what we're about. We understand what we read. It's not going to get us to the place of being as, on the same footing as, a PhD or an MD or anything like that, but it's going to get us to past the place of just, I heard that, to the place of, I read. There's a big difference from I heard to I read. I read says mastery. I heard says, I'll just listen to any little thing that comes my way. Do you see the difference between the two things? And mastery is the thing that's going to build the house you want. Are you going to hire somebody who's an illegal contractor? Are you going to hire somebody who doesn't know a thing? Are you going to be that person who doesn't know anything and who's going to come in and you're going to ask them to build your house? You want somebody with mastery who's going to build your house. Well, that's how it is with our thought processes. We want mastery in our thought processes. We want mastery in our thought processes so that we can go the next step, so that we can create the life that we want to live. We can't do that with hearsay. We have to do it with facts. We have to do it with things that are going to move the needle in our lives. That's why mastery is so important. So how do we get there? One is we learn and we grow. Number one, learn and grow. Read. Fill your mind with the things that get you to the place of feeling like, now I understand. When you understand something better, then you can go forward. This is why we do all the webinars we do. I know I can say to you, just read the guide. It's 18 pages, the sprint guide. It's free, it's this, it's that. But when you go through the webinar, then you have a good basic understanding. Now you know, even though I think a lot of it's written out there, now you know and you see all the reasons on why it was put together like that. And then you can say, yeah, I'm with you, I'm going there, or no, that's just not for me. You're not going to hurt my feelings, I promise you. But understanding something is the first step to getting to the place of creating the life that you want to live. When you understand, then you're willing to make those changes. So we learn and we grow and we get better awareness out of the deal, right? I mean, it's just that simple. Number two is we go to the place of implementation and execution. And that's making better choices, because when we're aware and when we know better, we can do better and we can make those choices. As long as we're willing to get into the cycle and get past the hard stuff. Because remember, that first 60 seconds on any liftoff into space is where all the energy has to go. That's what gives you the lift off. And same here in our lives. If we want to harness momentum, we have to understand where our energy goes. And that makes it that much easier, because then we know the pushback that we're getting, the resistance that we're feeling, that's just gravitational pull. We've got to bust out of it. We got to put everything that we have into it and just go ahead and, clip onto the bike anyway, even if you don't want to. So what? How many times have you not wanted to go to work, but you get in the car and you go anywhere? How many times have you said, I just don't want to change this dirty diaper on this kid? But you do anyway, right? We do things that we don't want to do all the time. Can you imagine if we finally say to ourselves, it's enough resistance. I get what's going on here. And now I just need to put my energy into this change that I want to make for my life. How much better is that going to be? Not only do you going to have the better awareness, now you're going to start making those better choices because you understand you're putting everything on the line here. Everything. And number three is you're going to have a greater impact. We have a greater impact when we have greater vibrancy. The two go hand in hand. And you want to know something else? That leads to the place where you're going to get more back than you even put out. Because there's a ripple effect here. More physics. Drop something in and watch those ripples go. Yes, exactly, Lynn. Progress, not perfection. And that's exactly what it is. We're shooting for excellence here. We're shooting for an excellent life. Because at the very end, isn't this what we want? Isn't this what we want? We want to live our life. We want to leave it all on the dance floor. I always say that because that's what it is. I want to dance like nobody's watching. I want to have all of it left here and go to the next place and say, you know what, I did everything I had. I took every single talent you gave me and I used it all up. I took everything that was out there and I just used it. I used it to your glory, and also for the connections that I have all over this United States, all over this world, all over everywhere. Because when we do this, we are living our lives on purpose, and our purpose becomes very evident. And when that happens, oh my gosh, when that happens, all of a sudden our lives are living lives of mastery all the time. Everything up levels, everything. It has to. It goes that way because you have lifted the standards in your lives. So you live full out, you know, and I love what Robin Sharma says. It's hard at the start, it's messy in the middle, but it's gorgeous at the end. Isn't that just the truth? It is messy in the middle because sometimes you think, am I doing this right? Is it working out? At the beginning, it's hard. You're fighting, you know, you're trying to get out of the gravitational pull of the couch. And in the middle, you're going, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, whatever. But then you start to see results. You know, even in all your failure, even in all your keep trying again, because wise women never quit on themselves. And what do we see? We get results. We get that happy vibrancy that we have been seeking. And that's what it is. We get an opportunity to serve because we're no longer tired and pulled down and sitting on the couch. We are instead full of vibrancy. We get to serve our fellow man. We get to be purposeful, and we get to be the people that live lives on purpose and not lackluster, purposeless lives. Purposeless. Because what's the point? You can 3x your life just by doing these things. 3x it. Just by starting one thing and saying, I'm put everything that I have into this one thing. Just everything. And I know there's going to be resistance and pushback. I know. And then number 2, but I know it's going to be maybe a little messy in the middle, but I know it's going to be glorious for those results. And I say embrace the messy middle. The messy middle is your journey. And the messy middle is where we find our own rhythm. It's where we create our own momentum. Because it's very personal, isn't it? It has to be. When we have a personal life goal that we have, then we've got to live a personal way of doing it. You know, you might be doing it at 5 a.m. You might be doing it at lunchtime. You might be doing whatever it is that you're applying yourself to. I look at it as my whole, you know, I am an athlete thing, and this is how I put this whole thing together. But you have unmovable times. You have unmovable dates. You put this on there. You're accountable. This is how all these things move. Momentum is our friend. In order to create it, though, we have to bust out of the gravitational pull of the couch, don't we? So that, I hope that helps. This is from stuck to productive. This is how it all works. And the formula is there for all of us. It's just a matter, are we going to take it up? Are we going to apply it? Are we going to go from being, you know, superficial to being a masters of our own lives? Or are we just going to kind of keep, you know, plugging along and not real happy, not just living a gray life? I want you to live life in vibrant living color on your own terms, because you had the guts to resist the gravitational pull of the couch and instead get into the weeds, do the hard work at the very beginning, get messy in the middle, and then sit back and look at the glorious results you're getting from living a life well lived. That's how we do it. It's just that simple. So I hope you found this helpful. It brightened my soul up. This was part of my whole thing this morning when I was doing my morning routine. I will see you on Monday, because Sunday we go dark. But don't let that stop you from going and getting your supplements. Let me just tell you something. Our new website is incredible. It's going to make it so simple for you to check out. It's not going to be as hard as it has been, and we're just delighted about it. Go to savingdinner.com, and while you're there, if you're not getting our show notes, Come on. Every single day we put the show notes right there into our newsletter from the day before. So you can get the notes of what just happened here in tomorrow's newsletter. Go get signed up. Vicki says, you always light up our life. You are so sweet, Vicki. I am here for you, and I am here to help you light your own life up. You know, I believe in you. That's why I come here every single day. And don't forget that if you want the awesome deal that we have for our supplement of the week, you have to go to savingdinner.com/show to get it. Remember, you're going to get a second set or a third set of our Immunity High Five, and you're also going to get free shipping. It is a screaming deal, and I want you to have it. But today and tomorrow are the last days, so get on it. Peace be with you. You guys are the best. I'll talk to you on Monday. Bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.